For people who haven't met the client, Zul is the manager for Marlboro, and Ziken is the non-exec
Okay, thank you first of all. I know I gave such a short notice to get everybody together today. For those who do not know me, my name is Zul Fazli. You can call me Zul. The reason I gather people today simply because to celebrate success. Okay, as easy as that. For some of you who have worked, I'm sure while you are here, you are partly involved in that success. Effective February 18th, we have now sold 50 million sticks of black menthol. That is very, very impressive. In fact, our managing director has quoted it as the most successful brand launch by any tobacco company in the year 2009. Okay, so the most successful brand launch last year was black menthol. So the reason I'm here today, I would like to share that success with you. Let's recap what we did. I know some of you are doing the artwork, some were involved at the event, some were at the retailer dinner, right? But for all, I will share the information, what actually happened, why we launched black menthol. Okay? It first started out as insights that we got. This came from understanding the trend of smoking experience within the region. Malaysia is not really a high mentholated product for menthol yet, right? But we saw the trend coming to Malaysia simply because if you look around the region, Hong Kong, for example, their menthol in smoke is getting higher and higher. You go down south to Singapore, a lot of people are smoking menthol. Indonesia launched black menthol first. A lot of people talk about it. Some even say, why you don't bring to Malaysia, right? So we saw all this, apa kata, kabar angin or requests or all sorts, wanting Malaysia to have the same product. So what we did, we came up with one core selling message, which is the highest cooling menthol in Malaysia. It is a 8 milligram tar. 8 milligram tar means it is in the light category, low tar. 1.2 MIS. MIS is a measurement on how we measure menthol. The highest before black menthol was 1.0. So we introduced something at 1.2. Sounds small, 0.2, but the difference is a lot. It can be from a Vicks Vaporub to a minyak cakapak. Okay, so it is a lot. And what we did differently is we make sure this is of highest quality tobacco that we have. We use full 100% imported tobacco. And you know, a lot of trial is they want a smaller pack because at the start for me to buy 20s is a lot. So for me to just try, sometimes they will buy 14s first. That's why we also launched it in the 14 pack size. A little bit for your information, okay? In Malaysia, the menthol category is about 15%. We are a full flavor market. Malaysia is a full flavor market. 76% are smoking full flavor. So menthol is only 15%, but it is the only segment that is growing. Okay? Leverage current PM strong position in the premium menthol. Apart from Salem, which is a 100% menthol brand, Marlboro has a fair share in this segment with our Marlboro Full Flavor, Marlboro Lights, and Fresh Mint, right? So we want to leverage on our strong presence today. Like I said, there's only one consumer selling message, which is the highest cooling menthol. We set a target based on our forecast volume. We said by 2010, we want to achieve 0.6% of share of market. That's our target initially before we launch. Okay? Why not 1%? In this market, if you have 1%, you can happily go and start selling a lot more. 1% in this market is a lot. Malaysia is a 15 billion sticks. Okay, so you take 1% of 15 billion, that's how much volume you will be making. So 1% in Malaysia is a lot. Okay, so usually within Philip Morris days, we do benchmarking. We are everywhere in the world, right? So for any new launches, we benchmark. If you achieve 0.3 in the first 6 months or 3 months, you are considered a successful launch. Okay? We were aggressive. We said no, we will do 0.6 for after a year. Remember that? Because I'll show you what we actually got. And then subsequently 2011, 2012, 1% share. Our launch target is 0.3 share market after 3 months in the launch area. We did not launch everywhere during the first stage. And to achieve 40% awareness. We launched by phases. Why? We want to focus, right? The top 2 areas in Malaysia were selected in September 2009. That's when we first introduced the product. And important learning curve for the organization, for Philip Morris Malaysia, simply because we do a lot of things differently for this launch. So this was basically how the stages work during the launch. If you can see the top part, that's where we first introduced it in September. In August, it was a busy month because it was a pre-launch month. There was a lot of relationship building, teasing the market, and so on. Basically, we launched around KL area, Greater KL, and JB, which covers 62% of Philip Morris volume. Okay, just these 2 areas, we cover 62% of our volume. And then later on, in November, December, we expand it to another 4 cities, which is Perak, Ipoh, Kuantan, Malacca, and so on. Comprehensive launch package for phase 1 and for phase 2. You will see later on what I mean by package. And then in January, we expand to the whole country. For those areas that we did not launch for phase 1, phase 2, we now open. If you want to buy, you buy. It wasn't a really full package kind of thing, right? So we complete the whole universe of tobacco selling. And then we start, right after we know all the plan and all that, let's start building the buzz. We first said it's been a while since we launched it within our own employees. So we actually launched it internally first. We make sure 100% of Philip Morris employees were shared of the plan. So we gather everybody from factory, the one on the top left. We share with them what this brand is all about, what is our plan, and how you can help us build this brand. Okay? And I also know you guys also need the support, right? Being part of the team, I know you did some packs and banners and all that for the smoking lounge, which is extremely good. Thank you so much. Apart from that, we have to ensure all our sales force are on the same page. We also had a launch conference with them. We invited every single sales force out there, including the salesmen themselves, right? Those that goes into shops and start selling the product. So we briefed them on what to do, what to sell, what to say. Everything was being shared. With key accounts in Malaysia contributes about 20% of our volume. Okay. Okay, these are 7-Eleven, Petronas, Shell, those that buy from us centrally. You don't service the outlet, but they go through a central purchase. So we did a VIP launch night, pre-launch, just to excite them with what is coming up. So we called them up to, this was at GSC Valley, I think. Pavilion. And we gave them a teaser of what's in store from Philip Morris. Then we had a nice dinner with them, a total of about 23 guests from 8 major key accounts. And then we also share the excitement with our top retailers. These are the retailers that buy a lot of stocks from us. Right? We call them in, we throw them a dinner. There was some entertainment. I know there was some hiccups in the entertainment. That's something which we can improve for the next round. But everybody had fun. Yeah? Retailer passed a lot of good comments to say, oh, it's been a while since Philip Morris actually invited us for dinner. And then we also sent out to all the retailers in the country that on the top left is a teaser talking about the most successful brand launch in Japan. As you know, I think this is also one good insight that Japan connotes a lot of quality for Malaysian, right? So when they say this is the most successful brand launched in Japan, people were already, wow, I want this product. So by the time we hit the market, people were already asking for it, right? They just straight away, yes, give me 5 cartons, 10 cartons, whatever. Okay, then during the launch itself, we have prepared a lot of incentive and also trade programs. There was a retailer kit. I'm sure you have seen this because you design it and all that. Inside that retailer kit has information about the product, has product, right, as part of the trade offer. We showed them video. There's no speaker and all that. I know some of you have seen the video. If not, you can get hold of it from Teresa. During the teasing part, right? We had door gifts for people who came to the dinner. Contest, right? You get a chance to win a trip somewhere. And retailer contest, approximately 74% actually participated for both phase 1 and phase 2. 74% lulus, meaning all the answer they gave was correct. There was a lot more, I think close to 90 or plus % actually submitted. But the remaining teams percentage was wrong answer, so we have to discard that for a while. And then usually when we launch brand, we say we need to achieve 90% distribution. Yes, that is important, but this time we make sure the importance falls on visibility, right? Because we are in a dark market, we make sure everybody focus on making sure this product can be seen, right? If you look at the total universe, there is about 31,534 POS. We want to achieve 100%, so we cover all those things, and we introduce something new as well called blitz panogramming. Never been done in the country before. This is what I mean by blitz panogramming. We treat our dispenser as a billboard, right? At first, the management says this is going to cost a lot of money, but I said if we still do have billboard today, this is your billboard. Would you pay a lot of money if we still have billboard today? Yes, for sure, right? For those companies that still have above the line, they spend millions and millions of dollars putting up signboards on billboards. So I said we should spend a lot of money on our dispenser as well. So what we did is for every single tier, we just placed 2 packs of black menthol in front. If you go into the shop, say, boss, give me a dunghill. Dunghill is available. It's somewhere behind here. Right? So for the retailer, they know what dunghill usually kat bawah. We just place 2 packs of black menthol in front of whatever product is there, supposed to be there. So it's less work for retailers. Whereas they have to take down, put up, because this thing only lasts for 1 week. Why only 1 week? simply because it is a hassle. A lot of retailers don't like this. It's a lot of work for them. But we make sure we give them payment, and at the same time it's for a short period of time. This is block planogramming. Block planogramming means we just take one block that used to be a Marlboro light section. We move Marlboro lights, move to red and lights, and that whole block becomes black menthol. And then for the remaining Philip Morris dispenser, those shops that has less money to buy, they cannot afford to buy a lot of stocks, they just do simple planogramming. Okay, basic planogramming. Okay, you have seen the hanging unit. This was made sure that it's like a religion. Okay, you go in, you must put one hanging unit, because if you imagine you walk into this particular shop is a JTI dispenser, right? Meaning they sell Winston, Salem, and Mark 7. You will never see Philip Morris product. Similarly, if you walk into a shop that use Dunhill dispenser, you can never see Philip Morris product. So having hanging unit is like a must. That's the only way for us to make sure our product is available. Then there are some outlets that we put in Uniflex and factories if it is visible. We also invited our so-called consumer insight guru to give a special training. We call in every single hostesses that we have, the Marlboro girls. So they went through a training. It was a formal training. We took them to the factory, explained to them what the product is all about, how to sell and all that. And then comes the consumer engagement. So the idea is to build awareness. Today this is still legal, but if it's not age restricted, we are supposed to do passive selling. When I say passive selling means I cannot approach, like in clubs, you will see sometimes cigarette girls, you go, sir, you want to buy a cigarette, right? That's roaming. If it's in an age restricted, we can still do it. But unfortunately, if it's in Mama, because most of these are like in Mama, food court and all that, it's an open space, there will probably be kids, we only do passive. Okay? There's no law, but we take precaution. Okay, we sit behind something like this, a selling unit, and until, if and when somebody approach us, then only we start selling. Okay? Up to January 24th, from September to January, that's about 4 months, 5 months, we have achieved 193,582 successful contacts. There's a lot of cigarettes that have been sold. Okay? And 42% of it comes from retail. And the other remaining comes from clubs, all the age-restricted areas. Okay? It is still much easier to sell at clubs because I can go to you. Right? So if at retail, it's tough. If you just wait there, nobody will come to you. Unless you have, hey, come, you get special discount. You can't do that. And we have to just stand there, somebody comes, then we can talk to them. At clubs, I can go to you and sell it. Okay? For the events team, I know there's a lot of events that we did. Speed zone from September onwards, a lot of people agree, a lot of people disagree, because I have changed all the rate in this country, becomes black and green. Right? For the first time in history, MotoGP was black and green. Have you seen Marlboro doing a black and green event? Never in life. Always red. But in September, October, everything was black and green. We were focused. If we say we're going to do black menthol, means if we're going to do black menthol. Right? So it continues until we expand up to February. So these are some of the events. In the first 7 events that we did, we already got 6,900 contacts. Usually at events, we will get about 30% conversion rate. If there is 10,000 people, we tend to get 3,000 per tax. Okay? So I'm sure some have seen the Hummers and all that. Huh? Okay, let's look at some results. In terms of smoker source, who do we get the smoker from? A lot of us are scared in terms of cannibalization. Right? We are already strong in terms of menthol. If you sell another menthol, will it cannibalize our own product? Actually no, because 2/3 of it comes from our competitors, which is super. Right? This is like dream come true. Only 1/3 of it are only coming from our own smokers. The other good news is half or more than half of people who actually bought this are non-menthol smokers. Surprising? It is, right? So there's about almost 55% people buying black menthol are actually non-menthol smokers. They are buying it for the first time or they're considering it and all those things. So those are, but these are only from Greater KL and JB results. Yeah? So if you look at it, there are also Catex smokers who actually buy menthol, non-menthol, and so on. So if you look at the one says CAS 2009 are smokers in general. Okay, we have tracking on the profile of smokers. So the one that says CAS 2009 is general smokers. Okay, generally the red color is LA means 18, legal age starts from 18 to 24. There are about 19% in this country. Okay, 19% of total adult smokers are between the age of 18 to 24. That's the primary target, right? But very good news, for black menthol we got 35%. So they are much younger compared to the general population, the smoker population. And if you look at whether they are Malay or Chinese, generally there are a lot more Malays. Okay, 52% of profile of smokers are Malays, but with black menthol purchasers, it's almost half or more than half are Chinese. This is expected. Okay, there are a lot more Chinese who much easier to accept the menthol product. Okay, where do they know or find out about black menthol? Most of it, or the primary source, are still at retail, because that's where you buy cigarette. Right? That's where you, every day, as a smoker, I buy cigarette every day. Right? So I go into shops every day. That's where I find out about new brands. So that's, I split those things, the 81%. They saw it from Blitz, 17%. Blitz is the whole dispenser filled up with black menthol. Block is a portion of the dispenser. So 34 from this, and 31 saw it at competitor. So in a way, our having that hanging unit helped us a lot to still gain awareness. Okay, then the rest, you see, like not as big. Okay, we were hoping like a retailer told me about it, you know. A retailer will just say what you want, and they will. It's tough for them to help us. My adult smoker friend told me about it, so that's word of mouth. Very encouraging. I would love to see it 80, right? But generally, people don't really talk about cigarette. The most popular at retail is obviously 7-Eleven. Okay. Adoption funnel. Adoption funnel basically just as a quick introduction. We will measure from, you know, bila you first aware. After you aware, you will try. After you try, then you will buy. After you buy, you will adopt. Right? You cannot suddenly try. If you try, make sure you are aware. So that's how we measure how we can convert people. So if you notice, compared to the other brand launches, which is happening last year, you see Nanotech, Pall Mall introduced 2 menthol products. That's the Sapona Evolution, Marlboro Intense 2 years ago. Okay. This is done one time, we check on all. So for example, that's September, we did this in November, so that's about 2.5 months. If it's Nanotech, meaning it has already been in the market for about 3.5 months. The one is July 08 means it's already almost a year plus. right? And what was their awareness? So as you can see, even at 2.5 months, we already got 37% awareness. My target was 40 after 3 months, quite close. But if you look at the rest, very low. So this is really good. And ever purchase, we were good as well compared to the most recent one, like Formol and Nanotech. Right? We heard that Nanotech will be discontinued. Okay, let's look at what consumers are saying about our product. Generally, consumer feedback are polarized because this is a niche product, right? Highest menthol, not many people want the highest menthol. So you would expect people who want it, they say, I love it. People who don't want it, they say, no, I don't like it. So that's why it's still polarized. If you look at what they like about it, it's about the cooling sensation, nice packaging. Right? If you don't like it, obviously you will say because it's too cold. Right? So it's very polarized, which is okay. We are not attacking everybody. Okay, now I share with you hardcore results. Nielsen share, is it Nielsen? Some of you have heard, some of you have heard. That's the only independent company that provides us with share of market. Everybody can get access to it. GAT is buying the same, we are buying the same. Well, how did we do? This is as of January, meaning September, October, November, December, January, on the 5th month. And in KL, we were 0.7. In JB, we were 2.1. JB, you must understand, is a menthol market because of Singapore. Okay? Penang was 0.5. Ipoh is 1.1. Kuantan 0.3. Melaka Seremban is 0.6. If you guys remember what was the target, 0.6 or 0.3 after 3 months, 0.6 in 2010, meaning December, but in most cases we have exceeded. So nationally, we are there. After 5 months, we are 0.5, but you must understand that 0.5 is only mainly phase 1, phase 2. Because phase 3 is in January when we open it up to the whole country, right? If you look share in shops, handling means those that we have already sold in Black Menthol, what was the share? Obviously much better because they have carried it before, right? It is definitely higher than total stores. Okay? With that, nationally we are 1%. In key accounts, we are 1.8. So there are still room for improvement. There are still more volume to be sold. Like I said, when I first opened my presentation, we have gone through a very successful launch. We are very happy about it, but we do not want to stop now. Keep building. So I encourage for you who are smokers, please share this news with your good friends who are smokers. If they have not seen it, you educate them. Right? I have educated you, so you can educate them as well. Right? Like I said to all the employees in my company, spread the love. Right? So, like I said, as of today, we have sold 52.7 million. That's a lot of volume. This was the most successful brand launch in 2009. And as part of the team that made it happen, I sincerely say thank you very much. Okay. At the same time, we have shared with the entire company a sort of a gift as a token of appreciation to everybody who have showed their support to us in anything that they do. Be it talking to their friends is also a support. So, as you also have worked on it, I think it's time to share and spread the love as well here. Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay, what I'll do, I will call your name out, and then I just need you to fill in this form. You can. The first one that I have is Encik Zaidi Awak. So I have a letter from the managing director to say thank you for your continuous support. Here you go. This is no kancil. I have a kudang. Okay, the next person is Wong Siap Fei. Muhammad Aizan. Bak. Ini nama betul kau. Aizan. Thank you so much. Okay. Letter from the managing director. Fatma. Here you go. There you went. Thank you. Zakri. Terima kasih Zakri. Sumi. Jokmin.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Hanifah. Yo. We have gone black. Sukchin. Amun.
Yeah.
Mudah dong. That's what English. You come long. Hong Chi Hin.
Yong is here. Sorry, Yong. Sorry.
You're home, right?
This is Yong.
Yong. You come Yong. Ng Wai Yuan. The next person is Fatil.
Okay, post it down.
Yeah. Thank you. Misha. Nadia Al-Habsi. Connie. Cyril Anthony. Aisyah. Terima kasih. Us. Kuda, not kancil. And Nell. Kancil is not here, right? Abang Sani. Pause, siap.
Ambil, jangan tak pause.
Masih. Resa Atta.
There's a lunchbox, Steve.
Started back.
Mr. Suresh Dharan. Green label inside.
One more. So pain lah.
Wong Siak Fei is from here.
Okay.
Okay, lepas ni orang yang tidak asing lagi. Cik Mazrin is Henry Boss.
Just in time.
Can I have a pose? Boss, please pose for the one for the regional office.
Okay. So I still have 3 who have not gotten any. All here, okay?
Tommy Raviso, I have one from here, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Tommy? I apologize. It wasn't printed.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And
Tommy, sign.
the remaining,
Huh?
Chin, Nadia, and Wong Siak Fei. Okay, with that, once again, I say thank you so much for all the support. Please continue to spread your love so that next time I come here, we say we have achieved 100 million.
Yay. Come help yourself to some refreshments.
Thank you.